My life as a teacher is ruined by 15-year-olds after getting falsely accused. I am officially quitting teaching after this year's contract is over, if I can actually survive until the end. Before we go on, I'm a male teacher for only 2 years. I only got into it because I lost my other job in the private sector during the pandemic. I have a second job with another skill set that I wish not to disclose out of anonymity. The point is, I do the bare minimum as a high school teacher and do this other job in the afternoon/evening, so I am never around the school for anything I'm about to tell you have happened. A month ago, during the time in which admin is deciding reappointments for next year, a scandal broke loose, set forth by students I can only describe as dangerous. A group of my 10th grade girls made a 30-second video of themselves joking around vaping in the bathroom and were saying my name, alleging someone named Becky, and posted it on IG. Someone told the admin and I was immediately sent home with pay and barred from the campus. I was given a letter by the principal and it said I was being investigated for an inappropriate relationship with a student. For 9 days I knew absolutely nothing and was left to my imagination to speculate what was going on until the HR investigator called me in for an interview. Then when I saw the video, I was immediately disgusted. Both police and HR questioned all the girls and they said they knew nobody named Becky and denied everything in the video to be true. After answering a few basic questions, I was exonerated and told I'd get a letter and just go back to work the next Monday. During the time I was out, a student emailed me saying rumors were flying, so I told the principal I need him to tell everybody this was all bogus. When I returned, I had to have security and the principal himself in each class. At the beginning BC the kids were harassing me and threatening even though it was proven false. What I went through that day was absolutely awful. It was so awful. I had to carry on for a few days, but then yesterday, I had my reappointment meeting and was told I would not be offered a contract next year. Before this, I had high marks on all observations and was pretty much developing a great reputation among faculty and students. I was told by my instructional coach I was a natural. Now I'm just using my vacation time to unwind and de-stress from one of the worst things anyone has ever done to me. I realized that these kids had nothing to gain from saying what they said and posting it publicly other than the satisfaction of turning my whole life upside down and destroying my soul. I already spoke to an attorney who said I had no case for anything. I figured so. Let my story be a lesson to anyone who gets into teaching even as a casual day job like I did. You can't make it work. There are kids out there nowadays who define what evil is. I bet even if I had a little family with a baby at home, these kids would still destroy me with no remorse. Again, they actually believe these rumors despite what the principal said. And let me also say that everything that happened was because of how these kids videotaped themselves and posted all publicly. What were once learning institutions have now turned into TikTok challenge courses. Stay the hell away. I pray for the safety and well-being of all good-hearted teachers, because those are the ones who always get hung out to dry like I did. Edit. When I said, I do the bare minimum, I meant I don't do anything other than the tried and true lesson plans that are pre-built by the county, and I don't do sports/clubs. The pay as a teacher is not enough, so I work a second job as an independent contractor, which has no health insurance. Since I was new in the game, I never tried to reinvent the wheel or get heavy involved since it's not worth the pay. Update, 9 months later. So what's life like after a false allegation? Let's just say that it changed my whole entire life. Meanwhile, those students and administrators don't even think about me anymore. Those kids probably have gone on to destroy the next person. When it first happened, I had no idea how much it impacted me until I began experiencing horrible nightmares and psychosomatic symptoms of bruxism. The dream that seemed to change my whole waking life was one with me, strapped to a lethal injection gurney in that dreaded classroom, and was injected with a lethal dose by my beloved, angelic students. They told me I would be dead in 5 minutes, and I could not comprehend this. As time went on, I noticed I lost my sense of humor. Then it hit me one day at my mother's house. My God. This is the peak of my life. I'm almost 40 years old and my whole identity is gone. My mother had a sort of startled reaction and began to convince me I had time, and that I was still young, as if she could see that I realized the truth, it's over for me. Since this experience, I have had rejection after rejection on the job search, and it has been beyond devastating to any optimism I could ever have. As of right now, my parents are supporting me financially, and the only job I have is teaching guitar lessons and playing small professional music gigs which are not consistent. I have officially resigned from the job search and have decided to allow fate to do its thing, whatever that may be. There's nothing more the world could do to me because I am entirely numb on the inside. There's nothing more it could get out of me because I have nothing left. On Christmas Eve, after trying to hold it in for months, I broke down at my parents' house and declared my life to be over. There was a feeling I'll never forget. It was like being swallowed by the abyss, like a black hole, trapped inside totally impenetrable darkness. No matter how much I try to move on, this experience has been like a dark cloud over me. When I first began the job search, I believed so much that the universe would balance itself out, and I would somehow get justice, and live happily ever after, a much stronger person. Success is the best revenge, right? Well, next year, I bet every one of those kids who falsely accused me will get a diploma they don't even deserve, and who knows where I'll be. This whole thing has made me feel like I've been sentenced to death, and I'm just waiting for the heart attack or cancer diagnosis to complete my life's misery. There's another part of me that wonders if I can even handle working a real job anymore at all. The worst feeling about it all is that there is not one thing that I can do to the people who did this to me except maybe cast voodoo spells on them or something. LOL. I'm stuck living with it. This is life. Anyway, the moral of the story is, don't catch a false allegation because there will never be any justice. You'll be left with a broken heart, a shattered soul, and the infinite regret of having ever been a teacher. God help me.